All right, Norma. So we've got to do a show for redgold.net, and we have a problem.
What's the problem?
The problems are that
there's more than one problem.
we don't have a lineup of hosts, we don't have a name, and we don't have a theme song.
Well, I'm here.
Right.
We could sing.
No, but I'm saying we don't have a theme song at all. So I thought for our first show, you and I will work together on picking out a theme song.
Okay.
All right. So I was thinking of this.
Don't like it.
Well, it hasn't started yet.
Oh, all right.
Also, didn't play.
Don't like it.
Now, sound good?
Don't like it. I said I don't like it.
Well, here's the thing, right? The show doesn't really have a name either.
Yeah.
So the name of this song is "Man in the Box."
Right. But
So we could be the man and woman in the box.
I'm one that tends to think outside of the box. Why don't we pick something that more closely bridges the generation gap?
In the box.
A combination between your kind of music and my kind of music.
Rolling in shit.
How about Dazed and Confused?
While you come and save me.
Please, someone.
Save me. And you show them shots. Jesus Christ, deny your maker.
Do they want people to actually listen to this podcast?
All right, so what's your idea for
Is that the goal?
What's your idea for a theme song?
How about Dazed and Confused?
Dazed and Confused. We're going to try and get Gabe's website thrown off of the internet as soon as possible
Yeah,
by
you think we
all
will?
kinds of DMCA complaints. Dazed and Confused. Do I know this one?
Yes.
I probably do. I probably hate it.
Yeah, you probably do hate it and know it.
Watch the Leatherman?
Watch the Leatherman.
Oh, it's Led Zeppelin. God. Hold on. I want the instrumental though. Hold on. All right, it's already got a big open there.
You can't have a complaint about this song. There's no way to complain about this song.
I said DMCA complaint.
No, I'm talking about you.
Okay, here we go. This one?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, you're starting a show. It's got to come on.
Come on. It's good.
Does it ever get going
It gets going.
by the end of the show, or this is the worst? This is not a good way to start anything.
This is a good way to start.
No, this is what you turn on after you're already high.
It's getting people relaxed.
No, you don't. You want to bring energy to a podcast or
Maybe
show.
they need to be high to listen to the show.
That could be true. But I'm saying you don't. What I'm saying is you don't start.
Here we
with
go.
it. No, this is like a going to break song.
Oh, I don't know. It picks up the pace pretty quick.
Not my thing.
I didn't ask.
I'm trying to think if there's. I think there's.
There's got to be something in between those.
Isn't there that one I think there's only one Led Zeppelin song that I like. That's like. I'm not even sure if it's them. It's like dan-a-net, 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 and then it's got.
Isn't it this one?
Is it? I don't know. No. Oh my God.
This is not. You're saying this is bad.
I can't stand this kind of music. The drum feels so gay.
This is good stuff. All right. How about cheap sunglasses?
Cheap sunglasses.
Cheap sunglasses.
How does that go?
How does it go?
Yeah.
I'm not
It's a ZZ Top song?
Yes.
Oh my God.
See? I'm full of good ones.
Oh, boy. See, now I'm playing instrumental, so you have to know how to sing the song.
I'm not going to sing the song.
Well, I knew how to sing my song.
I don't know the words.
That's not really true. I didn't know how to sing my song. Couldn't remember. I know. I was telling Jim's wife the other day. I looked at her and I said, we've been singing these songs in these hymn books for my entire life. I still don't know I hardly know any of the words.
I don't ever have to look. I know the
first stanza of Amazing Grace, and that's about it.
I don't have to look. I don't know what happened to you guys.
I don't get it. Like, I never know. I was telling
You're not singing from the heart.
I was telling Jim's wife, like, even songs that I love from, like, Nirvana. I've been listening to Nirvana for 28 years, and I still don't know what the damn song. I don't know what the lyrics are. All right.
I can understand that because those songs you can't necessarily always hear the lyrics, but hymns you should be able to hear the lyrics. No excuse.
Not gonna lie, this could actually be
This is a really good one.
Because this is where we can put in the voiceover guy and be like, live from the Brooklyn Radio Studios in Walworth, New York.
That sounds good.
I know it does.
See, there you go.
It's also really tacky if I do my own voiceover, though.
What? Well, then I'll do it.
Well, but you can't talk like this.
I don't need to talk like
You
that.
can talk like this.
I can talk like most of the women.
I'm not going to lie. This would work, actually.
Yeah, this is a good one.
We might do this.
All right, there you go.
I'm going to try one more, though.
Well, we solved that. What's the other one?
I'm going to try one more. I'm just thinking.
Oh, I got it.
Because, like, the kids these days. I'm trying to think.
That's a good one, though, because it's repetitive, but it keeps you moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. That actually could work.
Yep.
I'm serious. Now we just need a name.
Yep.
And we need to come up with hosts for the show. I don't know if we're just going to go with redgull.net show, although I'm leaning towards that.
Yeah.
Live, redgull.net show.
What is a red gull?
I have no idea. Gabe was trying to explain to me what the pun was, and I didn't get it. It's like, and his logo, hold on, his logo is a red background.
Right.
Okay. But
then a gull?
But the seagull in the logo is white.
Well, the seagull has to be white.
Right, but it's called red gull.
So he should have had a white background with a red gull.
I'm not sure if he should have done it at all. Gabe, we're telling you this is a bad idea.
Wow. Since the name is Red Gull, maybe we should do a song by the Birds.
Do you think your friend is feeling better now?
A little bit.
Remember you said we should call her sometime?
I can check.
All right.
I can check right now.
You're listening to only the best internet radio station in the world. No, the universe.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Gold Talk Radio.
The hottest new talents in pro wrestling today are in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Subscribe today for all the action. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement.
Previously on Broken Link Radio.
Jim, do you have any idea what's going on with Kim Jong-un right now? Everything's cool.
Oh, all good.
He was hiding from coronavirus. As an intelligence officer, if you can't tell if somebody's dead or alive, that's pretty rough. That's a big miss.
That's pretty big. So he's going to get anti-aircraft artillery, but it's based on like a group of like a Jewish guy or like a Jewish group of, I don't know if they're spies or what. It was a tab that I created. And
Broken Link Radio.
You know that I'm greedy for love.
Be sure to check out Arizona Wrestling Federation action on February 13th as the AWF returns to the AWF Arena in Phoenix with dire consequence. Buy tickets now at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. Hey everybody, this is JP, the Man of Steel here on RGTR. If you enjoy what you hear on my sports updates, hey, be sure to join me starting on February 18th as I'll be joined by Paul Baker and U.S. Army soldier Jordan Cruz as we discuss all the latest and greatest sports happenings from Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, the National Football League, and the National Basketball Association right here on RGTR with Kings at a Roundtable. You're going to get sports discussion and a roundtable discussion that is truly fit for a king. Again, check out Kings at a Roundtable every Thursday night starting on February 18th right here on RGTR, Sports That Matter.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Go Talk Radio.
But what do you think about what I just said?
I didn't hear you.
I said maybe
I was thinking about something entertaining.
Since the name is funny, since the name is Red Bull, Gull.
Red Gull, yeah. See,
Red Gull.
yeah.
Why don't we have music from the birds?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Look it up. The birds.
Birds sing. They tweet. Tweedly, tweedly,
That's a good one, too.
tweedly. What is that song even called?
Rockin' Robin.
Oh, that's right.
I see we're both typing now.
The Jackson 5 did Rockin' Robin at some point?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Let's see if I can get the instrumental here. So what's the deal?
I just sent a message. I'm waiting for a response. I have to watch because you make me turn my vibrator off.
Whoa. Yeah, don't ever bring that down here.
Yeah, this isn't good. Oh, that part.
Yeah, what would be this? Is all right. I'm gonna do it again.
Live from the Broken Link Radio studio.
That's not bad. The birds.
I know.
This is how you get in touch with the kids. Music like this.
Yes.
I feel like this is music that they would play on the Bob Matthews show.
And the seniors. All day long, rockin' and a singing his song. All the little birdies on Neighbor Street. I don't know the name of the street.
Rockin' Robin.
Rockin' Robin. Oh, Rockin' Robin, you really gonna rock tonight. Oh, it's a yes. She says we can call her. So we're going to make a phone call to a dear friend of mine. And she's fun.
You're going to have to send me that number, Norma.
Oh, all right. I'm going to put in a number here. Hold on. I can't talk. See, this is the problem. You're asking me to do something.
See, I do like
and
three of these things every time we do a show. That's the thing. You just got to step up to my level.
Yeah, I can't talk and type at the same time.
You also can't talk into the microphone either. That's something that's always been a struggle.
You're making me type.
If you could see your waveform right now you'd be ashamed of yourself.
Stutter. Now you're making me stutter. Okay?
Oh,
I can't stand stuttering.
I'm assuming it's a 585,
people.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we got that far. I was at the UPS store today, shipping something, and he's like, "Okay, what's your phone number?" And I was like 480, and he's
I
like,
thought you were saying you were at the UPS store shitting.
He's like, he goes, "All right, what's your phone number?" I said 480, and before I could get the words out of my mouth, that's the area code. He's like 585, right? And I'm like, just
listen to me.
Just wait. The guy. What was funny about the guy at the UPS store today is that it appears as though the manager there is really frustrated having to tell him how to do his job all the time, and they're both old guys. So it was almost. You know what it was like? It was like the manager was being colloquially rude to him in the way that you would be sort of rough with a family member, and if you were to tell me that they were related, I would have believed you. So I was like, at first I was kind of like, boy, this manager is like really. Like he's not like overtly angry, but you can tell that he's just like very direct with him in a way that maybe you would be, in a way that maybe I would be with you or little David because we're related or something.
Right,
and it's
right.
like he's like a
little extra gruff.
Yeah, right. So it's like he had a problem with the printer tape that had the label tape, and the manager came down and he's like, you got to put it on the right side. If you don't put it on the spool, it doesn't work. And then
Now
he's
they
sort
were
of like,
both old.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you on the topic of old men communicating. Is it typical that old men communicating, basically their means of communication is just telling lies to each other?
I have no idea.
And getting a kick out of it? Fabricating stories?
I don't have any earthly idea.
About the good old days.
I don't think that I will be that old man.
You already are that old man.
Not the old man who lies.
Well,
I'm not going to get a...
There's a difference.
I get irritated when people do that when they're talking to me. I don't think that goes away. If that's... Hello, is Judy there?
This is she.
Hey, Judy, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good,
Hi,
good.
Judy.
Norma and I are doing a podcast for redgold.net right now.
Wow. Are you having fun?
Oh, you know it every time. I just, Norma had said that you wanted to come on and talk and chat, so I just wanted to get everyone introduced to my friend Judy. She's a sweet old lady.
Old lady,
but don't-
Judy. How dare he?
But don't tell her that I said that.
Well, no, that's right. Just don't tell me, Norma, because you would never hurt my feelings by calling me an old lady.
Judy,
But
you know
the reality is, there is an old lady who lives in the house, though, in this house. Because every time I try to look at myself in the mirror to comb my hair,
she gets in the way. Yeah,
She gets in the way.
I stole your punchline, Judy.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you about what my therapist has been telling me. Are you ready for this?
Oh, Judy, tell him what you
I don't know. Am I ready?
Tell him what you took up in college.
Hold
Judy.
on. So
Tell him what you studied in college.
Psychology.
right. Norma likes to put the brakes on a conversation sometimes. We weren't going into psychology, Norma, so
all right.
it's not where I was going.
Well, what would you be doing with your psychiatrist?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, boy.
All right. So we're talking about anxiety and stress and all these things, right? And despite them, what's funny is when you have a professional therapist, right? You hope that they listen to you, they're taking notes, that they give a crap about anything you tell them, and that they're looking to sort of connect some dots and help you to move along the way. I'm telling you right now, for like the 5th time, after how many months has it been, Norma? 6 months with this therapist or something like that?
About 6.
Judy, I'm 6 months into a 90-day program. That's where I am right now. But she's like, Brad, have you ever tried talking in your FM voice? And I'm like, ma'am, I don't know how to not talk in my radio voice all the time. Like that's my problem. Judy, I don't know how to not use my, how you're taught in public speaking to always speak with your diaphragm and, enunciate, open up your mouth and let your words come out.
And in singing as well. Absolutely. Project. I also used to teach theater, so absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Project.
Well, because of people like you, Judy, I no longer know how to, I don't know how to do an inside voice.
Well, the first thing a therapist needs to know is you don't ever make a patient feel uncomfortable.
Right.
You don't comment on the voice they're using. You may make a note about it, but you don't really comment on it.
Well, she was saying, okay, so what we were talking about.
You're listening to only the best internet radio station in the world. No, the universe.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Go Talk Radio.
The hottest new talents in pro wrestling today are in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Subscribe today for all the action. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement.
Previously on Broken Link Radio.
Jim, do you have any idea what's going on with Kim Jong-un right now? Everything's cool.
Oh, all good.
He was hiding from coronavirus. As an intelligence officer, if you can't tell if somebody's dead or alive, that's pretty rough. That's a big miss.
That's pretty big. So he's going to get anti-aircraft artillery, but it's based on like a group of a Jewish guy or like a Jewish group of, I don't know if they're spies or what. It was a tab that I created. And
Broken Link Radio.
You know that I'm greedy for love.
Be sure to check out Arizona Wrestling Federation action on February 13th as the AWF returns to the AWF Arena in Phoenix with dire consequence. Buy tickets now at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. Hey everybody, this is JP, the Man of Steel here on RGTR. If you enjoy what you hear on my sports updates, hey, be sure to join me starting on February 18th as I'll be joined by Paul Baker and U.S. Army soldier Jordan Cruz as we discuss all the latest and greatest sports happenings from Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, the National Football League, and the National Basketball Association right here on RGTR with Kings at a Roundtable. You're going to get sports discussion and a roundtable discussion that is truly fit for a king. Again, check out Kings at a Roundtable every Thursday night starting on February 18th right here on RGTR, Sports That Matter.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Go Talk Radio.
Is about how when I express my feelings, things can come across as angry or really intense, even if they're just the way I feel, right? So she's like, Brad, and again, sometimes when I'm feeling like that, I read in a book that you should try using your FM radio voice, and I'm like, I'm always doing my broadcast voice. So I'm trying to figure. Not only is that not working, number one, but she's told it to me multiple times now. I think that she doesn't listen to anything I say the whole time.
Maybe you're not loud enough. Maybe she can't hear you.
Yeah, right.
In that case, that is not a good sign.
Yeah.
It's time now to either charge her or say, I think I'll find somebody else.
No, what he should do, he should start saying, excuse me, but could you speak up, please? I can't quite hear you.
Could you use your radio voice, please?
Yeah. Could you please start enunciating?
Please. Yes.
Judy, I couldn't help myself. I went back to that bookstore today.
Oh, what did you find?
Oh, let's see. I got a Jehovah's Witness Bible. What else did I get?
Okay.
I got
that'll be an interesting comparative study.
I got a textbook on biblical literacy by a rabbi. So I'm excited about that one.
Oh my goodness, that will be phenomenal.
But the other thing, but I just wanted to let you know, Norm and I were talking about the gentleman who runs the store, right? Because it's a mess. I don't know if you've seen the pictures online, but I
haven't, but she did mention it.
I had the guy.
It's an eccentric store.
I had the guy pegged.
Right. So Norm and I were theorizing as to why his store is such a mess. I was thinking, he's just so old. He doesn't need it. He just sits there and he eats his, Chick-fil-A and whatever, right?
Okay.
Norma's theory was that he's a hoarder, right? So today I got a few books that are cheap, right? And so I spent about $30 and I walk away. I got a little bit of a haul going, So Judy, I crap you not. There's a box there, okay?
Yeah.
In the aisle, on top of books, right?
Yeah.
The damn box is empty, Judy. It's empty. So so we now live in a world where we don't have plastic bags, right? So a lot of stores don't even have bags. They pull the Aldi's on you where you got to grab your own box.
Right.
So
yes, exactly.
You and I and any rational, logical person would grab the empty box.
Do them a favor.
And throw your books in there and take them up to the counter, right?
Well, that makes sense to me.
So we go up there. And what's cute about this old man is that he does the math when you cash out. He does the math in his head.
Oh, whoa! Good for him.
Little known fact: I'm old enough that I started at Wendy's to where I had to cash people out at the window by doing the math in my head, because that was before we actually.
That was a long time ago, my dear.
And he calls you old.
That was because we didn't take credit cards back then. It was cash only at the Parrington Wendy's. So I wanted to sort of.
Oh my heavens!
I wanted to find like.
Are you sure I'm older than you, darling?
I promise. I promise. So you know how like when you're trying to establish a relationship, you find common ground, right? So
yes,
like
of course.
you and I, Judy, our common ground is the Bible and Latin and Catholicism, comparative study. I decide that I'm gonna have common ground with this old man because he's just a cute old man. He's got this. He's an eccentric.
Absolutely.
He's an eccentric with like is this a store full of books? He can't. I'm thinking my theory was that he was just old. He didn't care and he doesn't need to keep up with the books. Like he doesn't need the money to run a great store. He just loves being there, buried in books, right?
Oh,
like that one episode of The Twilight Zone where the guy gets locked in the safe with no glasses, but he's surrounded by books.
I missed that one, but I love The Twilight Zone.
All right. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the math in my head. And I'm going to strike up a conversation with the old man about how we can both do the math in our head, right? Find that common ground, just because I want to engage in a conversation.
Right. Yes.
So he's handing the books, he's going through the books, and I can tell he's doing the math in his head, right? And so then I go, it's 3028. He goes, You beat me to it. And I go, right. So then I'm like, okay, yeah, we're doing the math in our head, right? And he goes, so he cashes out all that stuff. And then I've got my box. I've got my box. Again, Judy, the box was empty when I picked it up.
Yeah.
It now has the books that I purchased from his store in it. Right?
Okay.
He goes, now before he goes, before I let you go, let me help you out with a box that would better fit your books. I go, what? I went, what? Judy, this guy took the box that was empty and useless, right?
Yes.
Took it away from me, brought me over to a smaller box in the store that had a corner broken, and then put my books in it. And he's like, here you go, sir. Have a good day. And I was like, he's like, now that he said, and I didn't tell Norma this when I told him the story. He's like, now we can be friends about the math.
He thought he was stealing his box.
What's funny is, like, you know, when somebody's a hoarder like that, they're like, that's the good box.
Oh my, that's my good box. Like, oh my.
This young kid isn't going to walk away with my good box.
Precious.
He's trying
but, people who really love books, I mean, that much, they're going to be eccentric.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who surrounds themselves with books, they're going to be a tad eccentric. Don't you think? I'm
not going to lie. My room kind of looks like his bookstore right now.
You know what's funny, Judy? He had to be thinking that Brad was trying to smooth him over with the math thing, and then just so he could walk out the door. Just so he could walk out the door with that box.
And he goes, I don't. He goes, I don't do math. That's too complicated for me. I do arithmetic.
Of course he does. Of course he does arithmetic. Oh my goodness, I could never do that. Doing math in my head.
Yeah. I can multiply, subtract, and add. I absolutely cannot divide in my head. No way.
Well, multiplying, adding, and I mean, come on, that's phenomenal. I can't. I get sweaty palms making change back in the day when you actually had to make change. But I can translate Latin. I can.
Yeah, there you go.
I have other gifts, right? But math is not one. But you have multiple gifts.
I've got my...
You're interested in Latin and you can do math. Man, that is impressive.
I'm going to start doing math in Latin, and that'll really screw with people. You know what I'm scared about? What I'm scared about with Latin, Judy,
Roman numerals.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what scares me...
Yes.
What scares me about Latin...
The next time I see you, make it add, subtract, multiply, don't divide, because you don't divide. All in Roman numerals.
In my head. No, I remember when I was a little kid, because you know how like Roman numerals count up to 10, and then after that 10 they go down again.
Then you add.
Yeah.
Then you add X1, X.
You're listening to only the best internet radio station in the world. No, the universe.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Go Talk Radio.
The hottest new talents in pro wrestling today are in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Subscribe today for all the action. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement.
Previously on Broken Link Radio.
Jim, do you have any idea what's going on with Kim Jong-un right now? Everything's cool.
Oh, all good.
He was hiding from coronavirus. As an intelligence officer, if you can't tell if somebody's dead or alive, that's pretty rough. That's a big miss.
That's pretty big. So he's going to get anti-aircraft artillery, but it's based on like a group of like a Jewish guy or like a Jewish group of, I don't know if they're spies or what. It was a tab that I created. And
Broken Link Radio.
You know that I'm greedy for love.
Be sure to check out Arizona Wrestling Federation action on February 13th as the AWF returns to the AWF Arena in Phoenix with dire consequence. Buy tickets now at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com. Hey everybody, this is JP, the Man of Steel here on RGTR. If you enjoy what you hear on my sports updates, hey, be sure to join me starting on February 18th as I'll be joined by Paul Baker and U.S. Army soldier Jordan Cruz as we discuss all the latest and greatest sports happenings from Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, the National Football League, and the National Basketball Association right here on RGTR with Kings at a Roundtable. You're going to get sports discussion and a roundtable discussion that is truly fit for a king. Again, check out Kings of the Round Table every Thursday night starting on February 18th, right here on RGTR, Sports That Matter.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Go Talk Radio.
111.
Sure.
X11, then it's XV for, and then it's, yeah.
Right. So what's confusing, though, right, is when, let's say, like a long time ago in the late 90s, right?
Oh,
at the
was yesterday for me, honey.
At the end of a television program during the late 90s, they would always put the trademark. They would always put the trademark and copyright in Roman numerals.
Yes, they did.
Right. So,
oh my goodness.
So here's the thing. Back in like 1990, I knew what was going on, right? But then when you get to 1994 and then the I and the V are both there, I started getting, after 1995, I never knew what that Roman numeral was supposed to say. Because by the time you got to 1999, it's one of the most complicated Roman numerals you could ever have. I was so happy. Everyone was worried about the Y2K bug, but I was so happy that we got to 2000 and it was just two M's.
This is what
that is so funny.
And he calls that old man eccentric.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, by the way.
It used to, that's very kind of you, Judy.
No, it's not kind. It's true. That's brilliant.
Judy, so we're on a website right now, so I'm not going to say her name explicitly, right? But you have a sphere.
What's your name?
You have a sphere of influence over one of my relatives, right? Can you do me a favor and tell her that a certain lasagna she likes to order every week is really not that good?
It's not me, Judy. I'm not the one he's talking about.
Tell her to stop
ordering a lasagna.
Yeah, Judy. Judy.
Okay, excuse me, whoever's ordering that lasagna, excuse me, it's not so good.
She won't order it anymore because she had she made a lot of runs after the last time she did.
Oh, indeed. In fact, yes, I heard a description earlier today.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez. So you know what I'm talking about, dude.
I'm sorry.
No,
a
it's fine.
description of the lasagna. What are you saying? I read the description of the lasagna.
Well, I bet both descriptions were similar.
Oh, jeez. So,
yes, I'm pulling your leg.
But here's the funny part, Judy, is with that particular relative.
That wasn't funny. Tell me the funny part now.
Is that particular relative of mine has a compulsion to complain about dinner every time, no matter what it is, right?
Yes.
So
okay.
even
I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah. But here's what's funny. I can't be a hypocrite and complain about the lasagna because then, even though I don't always do it, and certainly not to the level that she does, I cannot criticize, for instance, I can't criticize Norma for complaining about dinner every time because the one time that I complain about dinner, the first thing she's going to say is, see, you're doing it too. Right?
Judy, we actually place bets as to what the complaint is going to be.
That's a wonderful way to approach something that might otherwise be irritating.
We have rolling tallies of who owes who what.
You know what I told?
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea. That's wonderful because then you don't get all you don't get all offended.
There's something in it for
because
us.
You're laughing because you're enjoying it.
You know what's even
because you're almost hoping there's going to be a complaint. Let's see who wins.
What's even funnier, Judy, is every once in a while she'll be onto our game, and she'll hold back. Right?
Yeah.
There's this one.
I love it.
Love it. There was this one time where me, little David, and Norma were just sitting there staring at her, waiting for her to say, "Oh, this is it." She waited. This is a God's honest true story, Judy. The person who always complains about her food. We had already placed bets on what her complaint was going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm being dead serious. We actually said $5 for this, $5 for that, etc.
All bets were in.
She refused, and you could see it on her face that she just wanted to say something about her ice cream, right? And she just wouldn't. Judy, I gave her a pistachio nut Mexican sundae.
Yes.
Which... And she would not complain about it, right? Norma and David and I are just staring at her, waiting for it to come out. And so she held us on the seat of her pants the entire time, right? We all finish our ice cream. I go out shopping the next day. And then she turns to Norma and she looks at her and she's like, Norma, how'd you like your ice cream yesterday?
But wait till you hear the complaint, Judy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was the complaint?
The complaint.
Keep in mind, this is 24 hours later because she was on to us.
Now, here's the complaint.
Yes.
Now,
very clever of her, actually.
Pistachio nut ice cream is her favorite. So here was her complaint. Her complaint was, yeah, mine was okay, but I told Brad I wanted pistachio nut ice cream. I don't know what he got, but that's not what it was.
As God is my witness, it was a pistachio nut Mexican sundae, and her complaint was that it wasn't pistachio nut ice cream.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. None of us won that bet, Judy.
So look at
none of you won.
Yeah.
None of you won. You have to buy a bag of pistachios just in case that happens again, and just make sure you keep sticking the pistachios.
Yeah, just throw them in there. Yeah, just like a big old handful.
Yeah, like a big old handful.
But I wanted to give you a call and introduce everybody to Judy. Judy, you're on Norm and I were working on a theme song, a name. We don't have anything figured out. We don't have anything for the show at all. So I guess you're it. I guess we're just going to call this the Judy Show.
Judy. Well, you're our first guest host. No,
there you go.
Guest host.
Guest.
Oh my goodness,
first guest.
You're so much fun.
You're our first guest. How do you like that, Judy? Number one guest.
Ronnie?
I said you're our number one guest.
That's all right.
Well, thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, Judy, she still doesn't know how to talk into the microphone. We're working on that too.
I'm talking in the microphone. I'm using my FM voice.
Your FM radio voice. Judy, say bye to everybody.
Say bye, Judy.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to RGTR. The next program will begin shortly.